Graduating unit today is the 3rd Regiment of Basic Camp, Lieutenant General Susan S. Lawrence Regiment. The commander of troops for today's ceremony is Cadet Jason Diezik from the University of Delaware. The color guard is comprised of cadets selected from the regiment, and they are led by Drill Sergeant Benjamin Steffi from Bravo Company 317th Battalion. Also participating in today's ceremony is the 78th Army Band from Joint Base McGuire-Dix, Lacehurst, New Jersey, commanded by Chief Warrant Officer Nicholas Greason. To your far left, you'll see the salute battery, Bravo Battery 15 Artillery 1st Armored Brigade Combat Team, 1st Infantry Division from Fort Riley, Kansas, and is led by First Lieutenant Joshua Triplett and Staff Sergeant Tremaine Quincy. This ceremony marks the culmination of 31 days of rigorous and intensive training for these young men and women. For them, basic camp served as a test of their leadership abilities and potential to be an officer. They have emerged from this challenge confident in their ability to assume the tremendous responsibilities of being an Army officer. The cadets of 3rd Regiment are now formed in front of you. Each regiment has had the honor of having bestowed upon it a namesake. This namesake is in honor of a general officer whose values and accomplishments represent the best the Army has to offer. 3rd Regiment has had the distinct privilege of honoring Lieutenant General Susan S. Lawrence. Lieutenant General Susan S. Lawrence was commissioned into the Signal Corps in 1979 through Campbell University in North Carolina. Some of General Lawrence's assignments include platoon leader in the 67th Signal Battalion, Fort Gordon, Georgia, aide-de-camp to the Commanding General, U.S. Army Signal Center, Fort Gordon, and executive officer to the Commanding General of the 122nd Battalion, 2nd Infantry Division. She commanded the 123rd Signal Battalion, 3rd Infantry Division, Fort Stewart, Georgia, which deployed in support of Operation Desert Thunder. General Lawrence also served as the Director, Command and Control Communications Computer Systems J6, United States Central Command. In 2011, she served as United States Army Europe and 7th Army Chief Information Officer and Assistant Chief of Staff G6. Lieutenant General Lawrence retired in 2013. Some of General Lawrence's awards include the Distinguished Service Medal, the Defense Superior Service Medal with Oak Leaf Cluster, the Legion of Merit, the Defense Meritorious Service Medal, and the Meritorious Service Medal with 8 Oak Leaf Clusters. In honor of their completion of basic camp, the cadets from the Lieutenant General Susan S. Lawrence Regiment will be receiving a 3-gun salute in the form of a cadet candidate. In a moment, the commander of troops will bring the units to attention. Major General William Thigpen, Commanding General, U.S. Army South. He is accompanied by the host and Regimental Tactical Officer, Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Eisenhower. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the official party and remain standing for the rendering honors to the reviewing officer and invocation offered by Chaplain Lieutenant Jim. The military personnel in uniform render a hand salute until the completion of honors.
As I pray in mine. Gracious and sovereign God, I come to you to say thank you. Thank you for this momentous occasion as these cadets have undergone and overcome 31 days of rigorous challenging, and demanding basic camp training. I thank you for giving them the strength, wisdom, and courage as they learned how to qualify with the M4 carbine rifle, conducted tactical team movements, overcame fears during the obstacle courses, exemplified great cohesion skills during the team development course, and endured 5 nights in the woods for their field training exercise. I ask that you bless them as they continue their education and move forward in their ROTC and Army careers. Continue to watch over them and give them peace in all situations and circumstances. Continue to give them favor with their professors, peers, and leaders. I ask that you bless their families, friends, and all those who support them on their journey. I ask that you give them traveling grace as they return to their homes and schools. Lastly, I ask a special blessing for the cadets who arrived here on 16 July but are not present, and for you to give them strength and confidence. I honor you for all that you do and who you are. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Bring your units to attention! Company, man, attention!
Company, attention!
Sir, the regiment is formed!
Post the colors!
Colors, center, march! Head, forward, march!
The colors are now being brought forward by the Commander of Troops. Flags present for today's ceremony are the national colors, the Army field flag, and the Cadet Command colors.
Sir, the colors are present!
Present the command!
Bring your units to present arms! Present arms!
Present arms!
Present arms!
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem and remain standing during the firing of the Cadet Cannonade. We ask that military personnel in uniform maintain their hand salute until the completion of the Cadet Cannonade. The United States Army ROTC Cadet Cannonade salutes the 3 pillars of our service to the nation. Duty. Obedience and disciplined performance despite difficulty or danger. Duty requires self-responsibility and selfless devotion. Honor. Encompassing integrity and dedication. Honor is the thread which holds together the fabric of our Army. Country. Shines as a light of freedom and dignity to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Bring your
The Cadet Creed was adopted to instill in Army cadets the values that are critical for successful performance. Cadet Dylan Woolard from University of Texas at Austin will now recite the Cadet Creed.
I am an Army cadet. Soon I will take an oath and become an Army officer, committed to defending the values that make this nation great. Honor is my touchstone. I understand mission first and people always. I am the past, the spirit of those warriors who have made the final sacrifice. I'm the present, the scholar and apprentice soldier, enhancing my skills in the science of warfare and the art of leadership. But above all, I am the future warrior leader of the United States Army. May God give me the compassion and judgment to lead, and the gallantry battle to win. I will do my duty. Leadership excellence, sir.
Train to lead.
The greater community of Fort Knox and our national and local service organizations are here to show their support to our future Army leaders. These cadets have demonstrated superior character and service throughout training, and we recognize for their efforts today. We kindly ask family and friends to remain seated during the awards presentation. The awardees will be brought forward immediately following the ceremony for pictures. The Military Order of the Purple Heart Badge of Merit is presented by Commander Alonzo Aaron to the cadet who shows the most improvement in the development of character and accountability and must meet all stated basic camp standards. This award is presented to Cadet Grace Charlesworth from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. The Military Order of the World Wars Award is presented by Colonel Retired Bill Betson to the cadet who best demonstrates the ability to evaluate, analyze, apply, and understand the experiences and capabilities to solve tactical problem sets. This award is presented to Cadet Maximilian Rozimski from Hofstra University. The Military Officers Association of America Award is presented by Colonel Retired Bill Besson to the cadet that has demonstrated superior dedication to duty and established a positive command presence by accepting accountability for self and assigned unit through employment of team members while applying the fundamentals of leadership. This award is presented to Cadet Parker Ratliff from the University of Memphis. The Association of the United States Army Warrior Ethos Award is presented by Colonel Retired Bill Betson to the cadet achieving the highest marksmanship score. The award is presented to Cadet Rex Monahan from Colorado State University. The First Command Financial Services Award is presented by Mrs. Cecilia Brewington Pettigrew to the cadet who best demonstrates the leadership traits necessary to encourage teamwork, improve unit cohesion, and reinforce mission accomplishment. This award is presented to Cadet Fabiola Osorio from the Pontifical Catholic University of Puerto Rico, Ponce. The Armed Forces Bank Performance Award is presented by Mrs. Nicole Shoemaker to the cadet that best demonstrates respect for other cultures and people by effectively utilizing the training scenarios to demonstrate a mastery of cross-cultural competencies as they relate to a complex environment. This award is presented to Cadet Robert Shaw from the University of Alabama. The Reserve Organization of America Award is presented by Lieutenant Colonel Shane Snelling to the cadet that embodies the characteristics of a comprehensive soldier by demonstrating resilience, the lifelong pursuit of enhanced performance to cope with adversity in stressful situations, and thrive in life. This award is presented to Cadet Jessica Kilman from Tarleton State University. The Society of American Military Engineers Award is presented by Colonel Retired Eric Crispino to the cadet who best possesses observably improved problem-solving skill and enrolled in engineering curriculum. This award is presented to Cadet Analicia Torres from the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. The Bold Leader Spirit Award is presented by Sergeant Major Retired Robert Moore to the cadet who best demonstrates appropriate motivational techniques, inspirational leadership, and the spirit of a leader. This award is presented to Cadet Tredarius Robinson from Alabama A&M University. The USAA Warrior Spirit Award is presented by Sergeant Major Retired Richard Villa to the cadet that best demonstrated the personal actions necessary to represent the Army profession, ethics, and officership while best exemplifying the warrior spirit. This award is presented to Cadet Meredith Estrada from Grand Canyon University. The American Legion Commander's Award is presented by Commander Robbie Robinson, commander of the Hardened Post 113, to the cadet who best demonstrates the characteristics essential in the disciplined practices of our duty and reflected in our time-honored customs, courtesies, and traditions. This award is presented to Cadet Hannah Sawatsky from Olivet Nazarene University. The Magellan Federal High Performer Award is presented by performance expert Emerson Gagnon to the male and female cadet who achieved the overall highest score on the Army Combat Fitness Test. This award is presented to Cadet Edward Kidda from the University of Central Florida. And Cadet Selena Chan from Drexel University. The National Guard Association of the United States Award is presented by Captain Robert Cottingham to the top Army National Guard cadet in each regiment, as determined by a regimental cadre board. This award is presented to Cadet Christopher Pulaski from Pennsylvania State University. The United States Army Reserve Truman Citizen Soldier Award is presented by Brigadier General Susie Quinlan, Commanding General 95th Training Division, to the Army Reserve cadet in each regiment that has distinguished themselves amongst their peers as a top performer and exemplifies outstanding leadership qualities. This award is presented to Cadet Darrell Villard from Widener University. At the completion of the ceremony, today's awardees will return to the field for individual congratulations and photo opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving our awardees a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the guest speaker for today's ceremony, Major General William Thigpen, Commanding General, U.S. Army South.
Hey, before I get started, I'd like for the cot to give the formation the command of rest. All right, good morning, everyone. Major General Manura, Command Sergeant Major Young, fellow general officers, Command Sergeant Majors, veterans, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute honor to be here with you today here at Fort Knox, Kentucky, home of United States Army Cadet Command. It's humbling to be a part of this ceremony, which this regiment represents the name of Lieutenant General Retired Susan S. Lawrence. You know, back in 2012, I had the honor and privilege to serve very closely with both her and her team at the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. She served as the headquarters Department of the Army CIO G6, without question a soldier's general. She was committed to the security of our nation in every aspect, so it's only fitting to recognize her name on this regiment on this day. To the 299 cadets on the field representing 62 universities across the nation, congratulations to each of you for completing 4 weeks of challenging training in the Kentucky summer heat. You're officially one step closer to achieving your goal of becoming a United States Army officer. I'd like to recognize also the family members and friends that are here today to help celebrate your accomplishments. It's great to see so many come out and support their cadet who has worked so hard preparing for and completing this training. Their strength comes from the support of people like you. So please continue to encourage your cadet as he or she faces the continued challenges that lie ahead. To the cadets in the formation, I must say that you look magnificent. Thank you for the hard work that you have put into the ultimate goal of representing your nation and leading soldiers. You are part of a program that produces the best military officers in the world, Army Reserve Officer Training Corps. Each of you made the choice to be a part of something bigger than yourselves, and I'd like to leave you with 3 things that will hopefully stay with you as you continue your journey to becoming a second lieutenant. Number 1 is the importance of preparation. Second is building trust within your organization, and third is the stewardship of our profession. These 3 points do not stand alone. They must be woven together in order to achieve success. First, know that your service is critical to the strength of our Army and the nation. The need for a strong and well-prepared military is more important today than ever before. Never forget the purpose of our Army. That is to fight and win the nation's wars. You must be a leader who seeks to improve daily, a leader who builds a culture of inclusiveness within your organization that is conducive to learning, developing, and preparing the team that you will lead. Continue to strengthen your military knowledge and cultivate a deep global perspective. Carve out 15 to 20 minutes of each day to maintain awareness of global issues. National security is now a part of your official portfolio and daily activities. Put the work in and avoid shortcuts. Don't shortchange yourself or your team. They require and deserve your very best. Preparation is the key to being successful in everything that you do, which leads to my second point, building trust within your organization. Inside our Army are large formations of soldiers and families who will rely on you to do what's right. As their future leaders, their expectations of you are extremely high, and they trust that you will provide the resources, training, and leadership necessary for them to succeed. They trust that you will have the wisdom and resolve necessary to prepare them for the mission that's given to both you and the unit. The quality of trust defines us as a professional, and you must continue to work at building it on a day-to-day basis. More importantly, be vigilant against anything that may erode it. You know, my third and final point is the stewardship of our profession. As a future Army officer, you must fully embrace and live the Army values of loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. Remember the first portion of the Soldier's Creed, which states, I am an American soldier. I am a warrior and a member of the team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values. General Mark Milley, our current chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and a product of Princeton University ROTC program, said, and I will quote him, Army officers today are entering military service at a very dynamic and important period of our history. And we absolutely need your innovation, your leadership, your competence, but most importantly, your character, end quote. So to share a little bit about my story, when I was commissioned from Virginia State University ROTC program, the Trojan Warrior Battalion over 31 years ago, I never dreamed that I'd be standing before you today as the Commanding General of the United States Army South. I often travel and meet leaders throughout the Western Hemisphere. All of the country's senior military leaders are amazed by the professionalism and achievement of our Army, and it's because of many leaders that are groomed and emerged from ROTC programs like each of you here today. Army ROTC is widely regarded as the best leadership course in the world. I'd like to share with you a final quote from the late great General Retired Colin Powell, who said, and I will quote, "The order, the self-discipline, the pride that have been instilled in me by ROTC prepared me well for my Army career, or for that matter, any career I might have chosen," end quote. So without question, this is a proven process that yields results. I'll close with a few final thoughts about the Army profession. Always carry yourself as an ambassador of our nation and the Army on and off duty. You will stand proudly in the ranks of the less than 1% of Americans that have volunteered to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States and the American way of life. You are a soldier and a leader 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. One day in the future, you will pin on the rank of second lieutenant. Know that your uniform is extremely symbolic. It represents a commitment to our Army and the nation. It will tell your story of an unmatched level of professionalism and commitment to excellence. You will serve as a beacon of hope and light for freedom across the world. I'm extremely proud of each and every one of you that are here today and appreciate what you will do for our Army and our nation in the future. I look forward to serving in the ranks with you. Again, thank you for the opportunity to join you today. I ask you all to please keep those service members and their families that are serving in harm's way in your thoughts and prayers. Hey, God bless each and every one of you, your families, the Army, the United States of America. Be all you can be. This will defend. Thank you.
This time, the Cadet Regiment will perform the ceremonial pass and review. Please remember to stand and render honors to the nation as the colors pass. At the rear of each company formation is the regimental cadre that provided enduring support and led these cadets to succeed at cadet summer training. Please give them a round of applause. Now passing the reviewing stand is the 78th Army Band, commanded by Chief Warrant Officer II Joseph Young and led by Drum Major Master Sergeant Nicholas Greason. Now passing the reviewing stand is the Commander of Troops for today's graduation, Cadet Jason Diesick from the University of Delaware. Now passing the reviewing stand is Alpha Company, led by Cadet Austin Ayers from Norwich University. Now passing the reviewing stand is the color guard, led by Drill Sergeant Benjamin Steffi from Bravo Company 317th Battalion. Now passing the reviewing stand is Bravo Company, led by Cadet Elysium Fernandez Sherrington from Fitchburg State University. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Army song. The words can be found in your program.
This concludes the ceremony. Leadership excellence, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 3rd Regiment Basic Camp Training 2023 graduation ceremony. As a reminder, the ceremony can be viewed at the Army ROTC YouTube channel, and photos from today's ceremony can be viewed at flickr.com/ArmyROTC. Family and friends, please allow a few moments for your cadets to prepare for departure before joining them at the tents to the right side of the field. Each cadet has different instructions depending on their next mission. If you have any questions after speaking with your cadet, feel free to ask any of the cadre members for clarification. For your enjoyment while you wait, we have a small reception set up to the rear of the reviewing stand. Thank you for attending today. Leadership excellence.